completely backfire if your CT side is completely and utterly devastated. And there are all the Renegades logos and sprays for you to enjoy as they push straight through players, pushing into the ramp, and Kenzie taking off the head of Lias and just makes it look easy in the process.
It's a bit of a fake though. They're going to be legging their way all the way towards Secret. And Kenzie's having no trouble dispatching Lias and Sicko. So that little bit of a ruse towards ramp has been completely shut down. But now Renegades, they have a free entry towards the lower bomb site. There's no one from forZe at the moment making towards ramp or towards the lower bomb site. Of course, Renegades have to dot their I's, cross their T's as well. They might get a bomb down for free, but then this retake is going to be, well, at least, I wouldn't say necessarily favoring them. Oh, they're still clearing out all the close angles. They're not sure where any of the CTs are.
All around the world, Blair. They have traveled multiple laps of the map, and they have got the plant down as well, but 5 players still stand for forZe.
They have a kid in the smoke as well in the hands of Norby. They're making no secret of the fact they're making the way from the ramp position. Hats needs to find at least one, which he will. The second, however, won't follow.
Ins gets decapitated by Norby, and he goes in for more. We had questions. We were wondering if some of these younger guns were going to perform, and based off this round, they made that look easy.
Kenzie and Norby, 5 smokes. Going for a walk play, and Zorte blinded, able to find it from above, and that's a very brave play from Shalfie. Able to find Hats, but will be quickly traded, so an early 4v3 man advantage as Alistair also gets tagged down to 41 HP, so they made their way towards Secret, and it is no secret to forZe that the bomb, I do believe, was spotted. They know it's going to be a play coming into the lower bomb side potentially, and they already have 2 players lying in wait. One that is Kenzie onto the ramp position, and he's got another player right behind him to back him up. Yeah, and there's no pressure at the top side either, so they can quickly vent dive if they need the extra firepower and the cavalry to really arrive. It doesn't feel like it's going to be required though. Galil's at this range with full HP and head armor will not insta-kill. It's not the AK-47. So damage is going to be inflicted. A bit of a whiff from Kenzie. Doesn't get fully punished, although he does lose a bit of HP. That smoke is not good enough. There's a gap in that, and Zorte will have completely and utterly devastated if they push out. There's the bomb getting dropped down. The slight gap in the smoke has worked against Renegades, and now the final pieces of the puzzle come into place. Spray from Liaz can capitalize on one, but it won't be. Even if they get the first player, I doubt they expect the second. Shalfie is going to bait this one in, and now Jerry, they had no idea. Clotheslined, he gets 2 and a third as well. And that round has completely and utterly fell apart for Renegades. Flawless on forZe. Just the one casualty in Liaz. Although he got down Secret through the vent super quick, it doesn't make any difference. Maybe he gets 1 drop frag from players not expecting his position, but judging from the x-ray, I believe Jerry is looking right towards Secret right now, so he spotted him, and there's the frag! Jerry picks up yet back foot, 45 seconds, now flashing in, now aggressing, another incendiary there to dodge them though, and here comes the frag. Kenzie gets 1, trading out the life of Zorte. Still whittling away that time, funneling in Renegades into awkward positions. 30 seconds left, and they still need to pick a side. They're completely isolated and segregated from one another. Now they're starting to come up with 25 seconds to go. Sicko is coming through towards main. Hats will be joining them as well. But it just takes 1 kill to go against them at this point, and this round is over. Good positions on the side of forZe as well. Spray from Norby is on point. Sicko gets put down, and then the second. Even though Liaz comes back for 1, it doesn't make any difference at all. Obviously catch that if you watch that game, but stick with us if you want to continue to watch this bloodbath, and it's all going the way of forZe, as is the start of this round, and it's that man again, Jerry. Shalfie, his partner in crime on outside multiple times, will dip in for a second of the round, and this is after a bye as well. Renegades cannot get a foothold in this game. They simply cannot deal with the heat that forZe is bringing, and already we could be looking at an 8-0 lead. It's grim. It's so very grim for Renegades right now. And it's not just about, like, you can go back to the previous game between BNE and Eternal Fire, and even when you saw the scoreline 6-1, you can be like, yeah, some of those rounds are super close. It came down to some, huge 5v3s being converted by the side of BNE. But this has just been sheer domination. The fashion in which Renegades are losing these rounds, it's shocking, and you can see a clear difference in the overall abilities here for the 2 teams. Alistair able to find a nice kill into Zorte, but Kenzie through the fire and flames walks in, trades his teammate, and you're right, Vince. This is going to be 8-0. And for Renegades, it's What do they do here? CSGO able to find one, but that's going to be it. 8-0, forZe, flawless.
With that auto sniper I was talking before, it's tailor-made for the ramp area because you can just keep rat-a-tat-tatting across and get kills and even force in team kills as well. From bad to worse, it's salt straight in the wounds. The bomb's down. Oh, I normally don't call games this early, Blair, but unless Renegades have a sharp turn to the better, this game is looking like it's over. Zorti with a ridiculous flick to the head, and it's only Inns that can muster up one frag. No second will be forthcoming. forZe, already double digits. This has been a very quick game in this entire map to actually get around. I know how ridiculous a statement that is. That has been the state of affairs. It's a small gap in the smoke. Norvi maybe make the most of it, but actually In spots him. Acts as a one-way. And in doing so, now Renegades have player advantage. Can they make the most of it, though? Jerry going to be getting up close behind the smoke, and there's a flank. Shalfie, expertly spotted by Observer, is coming round from the back, and this could be the round in the palm of his hands. He bides his time, he waits. He knows there's been more players here. Zorti's now seeing a ton of them pushing through into the ramp, but Shalfie gets downed by Inns. Interesting wrench thrown in the works. Jerry's making the most of this chaos, though, to get up close on the hut side. But he's not sure if main is being aggressed on. This dangerous game of cat and mouse is going both ways. Still 3 players from Renegades remain, and Hats from above will strike dead. Here comes Zorti. Down he will go, stuck on the ladders. And Renegades, welcome to the Major. Side could very well come down to timing. Shalfie will try and will succeed in weakening Inns before he gets finished off by Jerry. And so that brisk one-man advantage has come to a close. Now the aggression comes in, but Norvi and Jerry expertly navigating their way through this push and putting up a blockade, which will see Renegades crash headfirst into it. And the bomb gets spilled out into the open. This round is looking pretty much finalized. CSGO still alive, though. Still in the fight, but not for much longer. There's that man again. Jerry just seems to know everything right now.
This is just a masterclass from Jerry. 14. Renegades have only one to the name thus far, and Shalfie once more with the aggression, and he's going to find one as Kenzie simultaneously finds Hat all the way towards ramp room.
Blair, if this was a boxing match, the towel would have been thrown already. This is looking brutal. We are witnessing a crime right now, honestly.
But that's why, you know, esports is a bloody affair. There's no referee here. No, he's not going to be like, you know, all right, timeout, that's it. This one's done. No, you have to play it out, even battered, bloodied, and bruised. You have to play until your opponent gets a 16. Or you're able to mount a comeback. Anything can happen, Vince. You know, it's Counter-Strike. But thus far, some of these opening games have been very lopsided, apart from the first one we had here in the B stream.
Oh, we got blessed with that first game. That was incredibly close as we expected it to be. I think this was more of maybe an unknown. Molly down. Jerry not for the first time. Has to put on his fire suit and run out of there. And here's Kenzie from behind. He will pivot in and strike for a 13th round now. forZe, with 1 round left in the half, are in a commanding position whatever happens here. Hats with the Galil, should be picking up this frag, does take him down, keeps his hands on the rifle instead, but now Norvi is stuck between a rock and a hard place. There's so many teams pushing him down right now. Around the corner, he picks himself up a second, that could be good enough. 7 seconds left on the clock. He's bought his team up enough time. Molly down with a flashbang as well. Beautiful 1D from Inns though, from nowhere. Renegades actually have a chance, but it's only a fleeting one because Shalfie and Kenzie are still well and truly in this. CSGO down at low HP, the bomb timer starting to tick away ever so quickly. Inns watching on the vents, anticipating a push is going to be coming up. And that's the main issue right now. They're so isolated from one another, but Kenzie comes in with 2 and lands a dink onto Inns as well. I'm not sure there's enough time though. Shalfie was stuck in the vents for so long that he has to run straight onto the side, and it's likely he'll get picked off as soon as he tickles that bomb, and he realizes his days are numbered anyway. This round is done. Renegades will get a second, but it feels like a consolation round more so than anything else.
I'm not sure why Shalfie was going for the save.
A Deagle and a 5-7, and they have to try and hold on somehow with a double stack. One moment, one missed move, and this round is done. Good headshot on Hats though. He can trade up to the AK. This is where things start to get a little bit more interesting, but spray down he will get. Alistair now shows his hand, shows his position, and carves a path through Norvi. Liaz from the shadows strikes onto Kenzie, and maybe Renegades are going to snatch this round away. It's going to be a post plant, though. And Shalfi holds on to this with Zorti as all three remaining CTs push in. All of them are healthy. They don't have much utility, though, but they have manpower. Zorti with one can't transfer to a second. And Renegades will hold on.
He's not going to allow you to feel, even if Renegades are able to string a few rounds together here, forZe are always going to be aggressive in your face and make sure that you're in a very uncomfortable spot. Exactly what's going to happen here. Ken's going to find hints, and they come charging up towards the upper bomb side. It's a 3v3, and AWP in the hands of Ali, not going to make life easy. An AK-47 retrieve for Jerry, and the bomb, it will be planted.
Planet down. Shrapnel is significant, though, in terms of damage onto Zorti and Shalfi. Softens them both up. That one hit kill from the A1S. The AK and the AWP is pretty self-explanatory. Meanwhile, though, the positions on Renegades, 2 players up in heaven and 1 in main. This can get a little bit sketchy if they don't come out together, and they have, but Shalfi and Zorti put them down with pistols. And Renegades' very short-lived comeback may come to an abrupt end. Alistair with it all to do. 11 kills becomes 12. He could maybe pull this one off, but time is so scarce. Trying to desperately get this frag, picks it up. Is there going to be enough time? No. He has to try and back out of there. May even go down to the bomb if he's unfortunate. Does survive to at least have the weapon. But forZe will take a 15-3
space, and forZe able to just chomp down on it. Down to the final. Potential final round aggression from Renegades. I like this. The double man push coming in and able to find 3 kills, and somehow down to a 2 versus 3. Ali needed to hit that shot, and Zorti is aware. He's aware where Hats is. He's aware of where Liaz is as well with the FAMAS. And Zorti is all by his lonesome right now. I think he saw Liaz. I think he's aware of where his position is. He's getting swarmed though from both the sides. The timing is atrocious, and he will be found. Bomb dropped, and Renegades 3v1, bomb and guns retrieved, and it's all on Kenzie.
Kenzie with a chance to make a name for himself here and put an end to this map quickly. Still time, 1 minute on the clock. Trifecta of CTs holding on to the bomb. And now going to be spotted. Kenzie's going to get 2, but can't triple stack his frags in the round. So close, but that's still...
Yes, lobbing in a nade, and a lot of and Molotovs and whatnot, trying to keep the T's at bay, but this is a fast pace. It's a very fast pace of forZe, and Kenzie unaware of where he's getting, sorry, Liaz getting caught off guard, but Inns and has to reply back, and somehow they swat away that hit from forZe.
Oh, Shalfi and Novi already in a position with, what, minute 20, minute 25 left? Of not really having too many options available to them. Novi's been tagged down to 68 HP. They only have a smoke between the 2 of them and 2 glils. It's feeling like maybe there is a way back in for Renegades. They can stabilize fully on their economy. A couple players still fairly low on that process. forZe, though, have shown, even with Tech-9s and Deagles, they are very much a threat that you have to contend with. And in the meanwhile, they're splitting up, looking to try and divide and conquer Renegades. If maybe the play down in secret can pull off some shenanigans, then things get a little bit interesting, which will be Shalfi, especially considering that his teammate of Novi is looking to try and pivot in towards the ramp side. So they can maybe, if Shalfi can clear out these angles, have that final destination on the B side and make this a little bit more interesting, especially considering they do have control over the bomb. That's in the hands of Novi. Now, unfortunately for Shalfi, he had to make some noise. That's forced away Sicko. Shalfi now trying to take down Sicko, does damage, but a nice sweep in for Renegades outside the control room window. He hasn't had a great game, though. I think it's safe to say he's had a couple of labored sprays, but he could be called upon. The timing, though. Decon gets open, forces him away from that angle that could have been so important. Alistair on the periphery of the smoke may also strike gold at the same time. Psycho goes down. Here comes Alistair, though. Caught completely, but knifed Shalfi! Not even in the back. He looked into the whites of his eyes before he plunged that blade deep. There's just enough time for the bomb plant as well in amongst this very strange, chaotic round, and this may not be done. forZe could still win from this point. The spray is labored from Kenzie, but Zorti's there to help him out. There we go with another couple. forZe, one of the most unlikely rounds, have actually clutched it out, and they've taken this first match.
A 4 versus 2, a 4v2, where Ali even gets a knife, takes care of the flank, and somehow Zorti comes along with the AWP. Oh my word, what a statement win coming out from forZe here. I did say, you know, there was going to be an upset potential for the side of Renegades, you know, the best ones and whatnot. They've looked shaky thus far, at least based on the Asian RMR. And it looks like the, you know, the